on. Welcome on everyone. We're gonna get started shortly. Send out those last minute messages to those team members. Welcome on everyone. Get them on this call. Welcome on. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be getting started shortly. Welcome on. Let us know how your week has been while we're waiting for, make sure everyone gets their team members on this call. Let us know how your week has been. Let us know. We are so excited to have you guys here with us for this special edition call. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. So welcome on everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome on. Welcome. As you guys are joining in, type in the chat. Let us know where you are in the world. Where are you calling in from? Great morning. We've got Norway in the building. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome on everyone. We're gonna get started shortly. Welcome everyone. We will be getting started here shortly. So welcome on. Alrighty, we've got Salisbury, North Carolina. Great morning. Welcome, Deborah. Alrighty. It's been a good week, nice and sunny most of the days here. Great. Lisa from Philly. Welcome everyone. Type in the chat where you're calling in from. Welcome on everyone. We are gonna get started here shortly. We're gonna give it a couple of minutes to make sure everybody can get on this call. This is an international call. Welcome everyone. Type in the chat, let us know where you're calling in from. We've got Mobile, Alabama, great morning, welcome. Chicago, Princella, great morning. We've got Uganda in the building, great morning, welcome. North Carolina, Bosnia, a country I can't pronounce yet. Great morning, welcome. Uganda, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome on everyone. We are gonna get started shortly. Thank you for joining us. Send out those last minute messages to the team members. Get them on this call. This is an action-packed special edition Breakfast Club call this morning. We're so excited to have you with us today. So thank you for joining us. Welcome on everyone. We are gonna get started shortly. Great morning and welcome on. We've got Georgie from Jersey. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome on. Great morning. Welcome. Gonna give it a few minutes here, guys. Welcome on, and we will be getting started here shortly. Welcome. Alrighty. I think, guys, we can go ahead and get started. I have the pleasure of being your host today. My name is Katie and Moody out of Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys. And I've been plugging into the Breakfast Club calls now for almost a year now, and I've just been so blessed by it. I mean, just fuel to start your day, has put my armor on for the day. So it's just been a blessing to me. And, I'm grateful and I'm blessed to be your host, guys, today. And I have the pleasure of introducing you guys to just a rising star, a rock star, killing it. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing you guys to, Mr. Martyn is a serial entrepreneur. Before World Ventures, he had a couple of different businesses. He's a former statistician in Uganda, just killing it. Family man, amazing husband, amazing father. And, like I said, he's just killing World Ventures right now. And so we have the pleasure of having him on this call. So grateful to be able to bring him up today. And, one of the things is he has one of the fastest growing teams in Africa right now. He's cycling over 100 times. And so, guys, let's just go ahead and welcome on Mr. Martyn IMD out of Uganda. Did you make the call?
Yes, I did. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. Great morning. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the call.
Of course. So let's get right into it. just go ahead and give us a little bit about your background, who you are, where you were when you saw World Ventures.
Okay, perfect. So, so yes, Ndiho Martyn is my name. I'm Ugandan, and I'm a statistician by profession, and I also hold an executive master's degree in business administration. I'm a PhD dropout. Are you still there, or did I lose you or something?
No, I'm still here. Yes, I'm still here.
So I'm a PhD dropout, and see, prior to seeing World Ventures, I was running two businesses, two companies, doing really well. I wasn't complaining, but I was at that point in my life where I was doing it not because I was passionate about what I was doing, but because it put food on the table. So I kept doing what I was doing because I didn't have anything better than what I was doing at the time. So I got to see World Ventures through a complete stranger from Kenya, and it was at the time, this guy got in touch with me on Facebook and sent me exotic places. I'm looking at the Bahamas, I'm looking at Miami, looking at exotic places, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll probably go to those places because I'm working anyway. Maybe I'll go sometime. So I didn't pay attention to what he was saying. But I kept him going anyway. So he eventually came to my country and he shared this with 65 people. He documented everything. So he met 65 people and all of them said no. And the reason was they were saying, Ugandans don't travel. So clearly most people at the time thought that way, that Ugandans don't travel. So, I stubbornly refused to give him my phone number. We kept on Messenger, and then he met a mutual friend that shared my number with him. So when he called my cell phone, I figured this was getting serious, and the only way to avoid him permanently would be to allow him come through, share with me whatever he wanted to, and off he goes. And at least I thought by doing that, he would never bother me again. That is what I thought. Now, little did I know he had something that I needed in life, but I had no clue it existed. So he comes to my office, and getting to see the entire presentation, believe you me, at the time we had about a 12-minute video. So watching the video, 4 minutes into the video, I started regretting why I had been pushing this guy away, because I had seen something that I needed. I didn't know how to show him how excited I was. I didn't even want to show him how excited I was, but I was now wondering how I was going to, apologize to this guy for keeping him away. So when the presentation was done, he showed me a list, and I'm looking at his list. I'm seeing 65 people. I said, wow, so you already have 65 people? He said, no, all these people said no. So guess what? I was supposed to be the 66th person. That is what he thought. Because he had been told that this guy won't do this. He's never done network marketing. He won't do this. He probably might like it for the travel, but definitely he is not the kind who would do anything like this. Oh my goodness. I told him, you know what? You better start another list because I'm going to be your first person. And I got started immediately. Now, it's funny, when I saw it, I didn't even have the money because at the time we had gold and platinum, and gold was about $360. Platinum was about $511. That is February 2015. So I didn't even have the money, but that day I had given some money to my brother. So I called him up and said, hey, the money that I just gave you, can I please have it back? I've seen something that I need to do. And I went, picked that money. You see, that was another thing. When I saw what I loved and then realized I didn't even have the money to get something that I loved, that was a moment of truth for me. And I realized I wasn't really living life. I was just existing. So I went, got the money, went with this gentleman, stranger. We went to the bank. I didn't even have a card. I know telling you that I didn't have a credit, no, not a credit card, it's a debit card. We don't have credit cards. We didn't have credit cards then. It's just something we are beginning to get, and not everyone can have a credit card anyway in my country. So I go to the bank, got a prepaid card, debit card, and loaded the money, got started. And that was it. That's just how I started with World Ventures. And the rest, like they say, is history,
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And I'm here, just jotting down a couple of notes. So you got started with a complete stranger, and, the stranger that he's talking about, 3-time IMD, Matt Morris, who's just absolutely, killing World Ventures even now, And so, wow, you didn't even have the money to get started and got started from a complete stranger. And that's just an amazing story. And so, not having any network marketing background, kind of what was, what was your day in and day out, like starting this business? What were some of the things, that you had to learn or that you've overcome now on your journey?
See, I later on understood that even the gentleman that shared this with me, he had been about a month or two into the business. So he didn't have that much of, he wasn't so knowledgeable with regard to World Ventures, but he had been in the network marketing industry. He had done network marketing for quite some time. So he probably knew how to, go about this, but you'll agree with me. Anyone that has done network marketing, well, when you come into World Ventures, it is slightly different. It's the same model, but this is completely different because of, the difference in the products, So when he shared this with me, I realized much faster that I needed to go out there and get a lot more information. So in the beginning, I made a lot of mistakes. So my first month, I was pretty much doing every wrong thing you can think of. So, but I invited my first friend. The first people that I invited were my best friends. 7 of them. These are people that I was in school with, and even when we started working, we would hang out together, do everything together. These were my types, all right? These were my best friends. So I invited them. They came to my office in my boardroom. So this guy presents to them. Now, when he was gone, they asked me 3 questions. Martyn, where have you been with this thing? I said, nowhere. How much money have you made with this thing? I said, nothing. Who else is on this with you? I said, no one. They said, no, man, you've been duped. This thing is never going to work here. You're going to jail. Wow, that was my first blow. So 7 of them, no one wanted to do this with me. So I started questioning myself. Am I doing the wrong thing? And questions like, hey, you just saw this through a stranger. How do you even know this guy? I had just joined, platinum level, $511. And I'm looking at my friends saying no to this. And I'm like, okay, fine. So clearly I have lost that money. Now I started believing somehow, for some reason, a part of me believed what they were telling me. But then on the other hand, what I had seen, I just couldn't explain it, but I was still excited about it. So when they left my place, I just kind of, slowed down. They really watered my idea down. So I kind of slowed down, but then I still had to talk to my family and tell them about it. So I did. I went ahead, a weekend, organized, met my extended family, presented to them. And well, I know I must have really screwed it up because I don't even remember how I did it, because I must have sucked at that, to be honest with you, because no one joined in my family. No single person joined in my extended family. So now that is when I realized maybe I I just lost the money and I didn't really want to proceed with this. But I kept on, digging down. I went to YouTube. Then I was looking at the people that he had told me about. He had told me about Matt Morris. I had heard about Matt Morris in the past, and I had read some of his books in the past. So I'm like, okay, if this guy can do this, maybe this could be legit, and because he wouldn't put his reputation out there on the line. So then I went onto Facebook and started looking out for anyone with anything to do with you should be here, you should be here. I would send friend requests every single day. I see you with a blue sign, I'll drop you a friend request. Then look at exactly how you're doing, what you're doing. And I would always message some people and ask them, is this real? Are you guys doing it? Is it real or is it a scam? Is it? Because I had all those questions. So every new person is going to go through that, all right? So I went through all that, but then I didn't stop. Now, after 1 month of doing nothing, not signing up anyone, now remember, the money that I put on the card wasn't enough to pay the monthly fees the following month. So I received that award-winning email that declined payment. All right, so that's when I got reminded. I'm like, wow, so my account is going inactive. I haven't done anything. I woke up and started calling up every single person that I had on my phone. Surprisingly, these are people I just had an acquaintance with, and I'm calling them to come see the presentation. They are getting excited. My friends didn't get excited. My family didn't get excited. Now, these other people that are not really that close to me are getting excited. So I started signing up some people. Now, in the beginning, by the way, just so I can get the first sign up, I paid for my first sign up. I paid for them. Now, big mistake, never pay for people. There's a lesson there. Never pay for people to join this club. Let them show their commitment, all right? So I did that, but then eventually, it started working out well. Lots of people kept coming in, and yeah, that very same month, I hit senior rep. So these are 2 months now into the company. So I hit senior rep, and it started getting exciting. So I went on. Then in my 3rd month, I hit director. In fact, at the time, we had a $5,000 bonus if you hit director in 90 days. And I think I was late by 4 days, so I missed out on that. But it got pretty much, I got so excited about the same, and I was seeing the money coming through, and I'm like, if this is bad, then it is some kind of, if this is a scam, then it's some kind of good scam. I don't know. I said, no, I'll do this for life. For as long as it is here, it stays, I'll definitely do this. So I kept on, and then Matt Morris was coming to Nairobi, and I said, I'm going to go. Now, I'm Ugandan. I was in Uganda at the time, so I said, I have to go and see if Matt Morris really exists, and if he's a part of this club, then I will know, yes, I'm in the right place. Went to Nairobi, met Matt, game over. I went back home. I was super fired up and started crushing it. And then, of course, A View from the Edge came in the same year, July, first ever event, hands down. Came back home, closed my companies, went all in. And that's what made all the difference for me.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Just from, not being able to even find or have anyone that's having success, in this, and not having any network marketing background, and then you doing research to find people to see if this is legitimate. That's absolutely, persistence. And not having any of your family members or close friends sign up, which, some of us have experienced. And, I saw something on your social media, that I just want to read. And it was like, you will make more money with people you have never met than with people you have known for years. And that's, that's accurate. And, some of us have experienced that. So tell us, what are some of your income producing activities? What does your day in and day look like, morning to night?
So, it's a numbers game here. And to me, what I believe is For as long as you're producing, for as long as you're showing more people, you are bound to make money. As long as you show, and actually, I've built a team of close to 40,000 plus people in multiple countries, but guess what? I haven't touched my home market. I've built my entire team on strangers. So I get someone and build through them. I get someone and build through them because, see, I mean, that is exactly what I am focusing on right now. Like, I get lots of people, get to build through them. All right. So every single day, that is what I'm doing. I'm getting people that I don't even know. Strangers. I am getting strangers. Right now, I'm not in my country. I've been away from my country for like 4 months, coming to 5 months, I think. The lockdown got me somewhere else, and I had to stay here and build. And I'm building on Zoom. So, but the thing is, see, I have built with strangers, and that was because when my best friend said no, not only did they stop at saying no to me, but they went ahead and called every single person that was close to us. They warned them against me, telling them, hey, if Martyn calls you, please don't even dare, don't even go. He is a part of a scam and he is going to scam all of you. So don't even dare. So in the beginning, I would call a few people that would come through, they see the presentation, then they have to ask around, and there was no one else doing this with me. So they had to call all the other people that were close to us and warn them against me. So when I called one of the people that was really honest with me and told me, hey, so and so called me and told me, you are running something illegal, and he warned us against you. So that is when I realized every single person who had refused picking my calls, I figured they had been told not to. So I stopped touching my home market, and I said, let me go and crash this thing. I do it once, I do it twice, I take pictures. They are watching. They are watching on social media. And guess what? I haven't even started. The moment I settle down to say, now I'm going for my home market, if I come to you, you're signing up before I show you the presentation. That is my income producing activity. I sign you up before you see the presentation. All my home market, because I know they are watching. Because sometimes I bump into them and they're like, oh, so I saw you in this country. I saw you in this country. When did you come back? I'm like, how did you see that? On Facebook. Oh, really? I didn't see any like or comment from you. So how come you just post that picture? Just drop a like or comment. Let me know you are watching. That's how I tell them. So some get in touch with me and tell me, hey, I've seen you do this for 5 years. I thought it would die in the first year, but please show me the way. Most of them are coming in now, 5 years later. So when I settle down in Uganda and I say I'm going for my home market, that's exactly what I'll do.
Wow, and that's amazing, because it really does take a certain, type of mindset to overcome and persist and persevere. Where does that mindset, and internal fortitude come from, and how, can a brand new person that just got started develop that?
So you see, in fact, I thank God my friend said no to me, because had they not said no, maybe I would have hit like a plateau probably and probably quit or something. But because they said no to me, I had to go out of my way to prove them wrong. Because my family said no, I had to go out there and do this thing and show them that, hey, this actually works. And the biggest problem right now is most of them, they have an ego problem. That's what I would call it. So they said a lot of stuff about me behind my back. But right now they feel so bad. In fact, some of them get into my inbox and they text me how proud they are of me. Hey, we are so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, keep going. And you know what I tell them? I'm like, please don't post this in my inbox. Kindly post it on my wall. Let the people you told crap about me see what you're telling me right now in my inbox. Post it on my wall, let them see it. Because you said stuff about me. All right? You said bad stuff about me, but you are getting into my inbox and telling me you are proud of me. No, you're not. Post it on my page. Let everyone see you. Let everyone see that what you said before, you are kind of apologizing. And that when they do that, that is how I get the others coming through. See, imagine you tell a friend of ours that don't pick Martyn's calls, but then you, after succeeding, you come to my inbox and tell me you're proud of me. I'll ask you to post it on my page. So when you post it on my page, the other one is like, but you told me I shouldn't pick this guy's call. Guess what happens? Now that person calls me directly and they're like, hey, what is it exactly that you do? Seems you are getting success through this. What is it that you're doing? That is how I'm getting people call me. And when they call me that way, because I know who they are, I know who my friends were, I know all those people I've not spoken to in 5 years, but I know they're watching. So if you call me like that, the one thing I'll tell you is, get started now. Let me show you the presentation later. And that's how I get them in.
Wow, the posture,
Oh, yeah.
and like it was said, success is the best revenge. And so many of us have people that have told us no, our, family members, our closest friends, and we let that discourage us. So I love the persistence. I love, that you've overcome, and definitely, hitting IMD, cycling over 100 times. So, tell us, what does your fast start look like when you're getting a new member started? What does that look like?
So like I said, I'm building this with complete strangers, all right? So this is what I do. This is what I believe. I can go to any country and I'll start from scratch. And that's exactly what I do. So I'm in a place where I came here in 2018 and built a small team, then went, and then somehow it didn't really grow that much. Then I never came back until this year in February. So this is what I did. When I came here, I had about 8 people in the room, all right? 8 new people in the room. And I told them, we are going to turn this place upside down. Are you guys ready? So, but before I get there, this is how I get a new rep started. This is how I get a brand new person, especially a stranger. So I look you in the eyes and tell you, hey, I'm going to show you something I'm going to show you something. If you wake up tonight and you can't find sleep, just so you know it's normal. I tell them with that certainty, right? When you wake up at 3 a.m. and you can't find sleep, just so you know, it is normal. Are you ready for this? Good. Then I go into the presentation. I show them. Now, it doesn't matter whether they say no or yes. The fact that they've given me time to listen to me, I am super happy about that. Now, this is how. So should I show them the presentation and they are ready to get started? Rock and roll. So I dig deeper. I'm like, now call your first 5 friends. Let me show this to them. The first 5 people. So I want to get them winning immediately. So I teach them how to invite. See, in the beginning, I completely use, ignorance on fire, because it's better than knowledge on ice. So we use ignorance on fire because it's better than knowledge on ice. So I told them, so invite these people. Let me present to them. So I do that. And as I'm doing that, of course, not everyone will sign up now, but we'll get a few. And then we continue inviting other people, and eventually if he wins, I tell him, see, if you sign up a platinum member today, Next week, Friday, you're getting a check of $50. Like, no way. I'm like, let's try it. So we get one signing up as platinum. Next week, when they receive an email, they are being paid $50. That's fire. Now, $50, I don't know about you guys in the US, but here it is some good money. $50 is some good money, all right? Because the average income of, our average income here is about what, $200? Monthly income, $200. So $50 is a big deal, all right? So when they see the $50, I'm like, yeah, so now you know what? Had you gotten about 4 people, that would be $200 in only direct commission, okay? So that is how I create the fire in the team. Again, understand I use ignorance on fire. I don't give a lot of information because, again, if you give people a lot of information, they're going to sit down and try to analyze, try to learn, and that is a waste of time. You need to get into action so you get to see the money, and as the money is coming, you get to learn along the way, because I'm personally still learning. I've been here for 5 years, but I'm still learning. Now, here is the other thing. If this person says no, I ask them one question. This question has earned me way more money than I ever made. So who do you know that I can show this to? If they say, no, I'm not ready, I'm like, who do you know that I can show this to? So the moment they call one person, that person comes through, and I present to this person with or without them in being present. Should this person say they are ready to get started? Now, what most people do is, if the other one said no and referred this one, they decide to sign this one directly under themselves. Big mistake. Big mistake. That is how you get 2 signups at once. So when this person says yes, I will call this one that referred me to him. And I'll tell him, hey, the friend that you referred me to is ready to get started. So do you want to sign up so you can sign this person up? And you have 1 person on your team already, and we are looking for 3 to have your monthly fees waived. Fear of loss. Fear of loss. What happens? They find the money. They will always find the money. They always have it. They get started, they sign up that person. Now, the other scenario is, see, there's, especially like here, the person that I'm building with, I came and met one person who didn't sign up, and they referred me to another who didn't sign up, who referred me to another who didn't sign up immediately, who referred me to another. So those are 1, 2, 3, 4 people, all right? The 4th person was ready to get started. Now, the 4th person was ready to get started. And again, most people will do that mistake. You sign that person directly under you because these ones don't seem interested. At least that is what we get to think. So I called the other one. Like, hey, so-and-so is ready to get started. Do you want to sign up now so you have your first person and you start winning? They're like, oh, really? Okay. So then if they are ready as well, actually, that's exactly what happened. Now, she was ready. So I get to this other one. Hey, so-and-so is ready to get started. And she is signing up someone immediately. Those will be 2 people on your team. Do you want to start building your team? Those are 2 people in your team without you doing anything. Fear of loss. This one says yes. So I get back to the person that I met in the very beginning. Like, so your person is signing up one person who is signing up another. Those are 3 people in your organization. Can I sign them directly under me and you get to lose out on all your friends? Like, what? No, don't sign them up. I will sign up first so I can sign them up, period. That's exactly how I built this team. In the last 3 months, we've put in 3,500 people. 4 months, 3,500 people. So I signed up this person, he signed up the next, she signed up the next, and the next. And that is how we've exploded this place. It's been fire all the way. like the last 8, I think I've been for the last 3-4 months, I've been averaging about 80 cycles, 70, 90, 70, 90. It's about 2 weeks ago when I crossed the 100 mark, and it's been 100. Even right now, I've just checked, I've already clocked 100. It's not even Friday yet, but I've already clocked 100. So clearly you can see there's an explosion here that came from one who said no, but referred me to another one who said no, who referred me to another one who said no, referred me to the 4th person who was ready. But then I used that same method to get all of them started. That's just how I build through. I build through. So any country I go to, I will do this thing.
Wow, that is so phenomenal, you know, and I'm here just taking a lot of notes and just really, you know, your posture, you know, the building through, the referral system. I mean, you know, calling them on the spot, you know, I'm here with so-and-so, you know, they're ready to get started. I mean, phenomenal. And, you know, I just want to transition into, you know, training, how, you know, we're getting ready to have Millionaire Boot Camp here. And for anybody on the call, you know, get registered at wveventreg.com. And just how important has training been such a contributing factor to your success?
Wow. So my first ever training was a view from the edge. Okay. So when I just, you know, I started in February 2015, and the first time ever a view from the edge was coming to Africa. That was the first ever event on the African continent in July 2015. Now, after meeting Matt Morris in May, and then in July, I had to go for the view. I still hadn't really, you know, felt it. It felt like I needed more information, maybe more clarity to understand what I had my hands on. So I went for a view from the edge. Oh my goodness. First day, Friday, I was blown away. I'd never seen so many people in one place having the same, you know, the same motive, and, you know, business-minded people. Everyone has the same, you know, it felt different. I'd never felt that way. So that was day 1. Now, day 2, getting the training from Mark Cassetta, it was amazing. Now, I don't know where I would be if I hadn't gone for that training. Training is very important. See, to be a doctor, you need to go to medical school. And to be a lawyer, you need to go to law school. Now, if you want to succeed in Wild Ventures, you need trainings in Wild Ventures. You need to go to IMD school. I call the training the IMD school. So that training changed everything for me. And the fact that I was walking the stage as director, now I got on stage, I didn't even know what to say, because I looked at 3,000 people plus. That was my first time ever standing in front of 3,000 plus people. And I remember that is the moment where I decided I'll go back home, close my companies, and go all in. Because what I had just seen just taught me one thing. I had gold in my hands. What I had in my hands was way bigger than anything. And I knew with or without me, this was definitely going places. And I said, I am going to close my companies and go all in. That was because of a view from the edge. That training just did it for me. And indeed, when I got home, closed all my companies, everyone thought I was now going nuts. Closed my companies and went all in. And I've never missed an event since. Now we have bootcamp coming up. Bootcamp US, I think it's next weekend. Next weekend, you just do yourself a favor and book that event, because there's a lot that is going to be announced at that event that is even going to take this company to the next level. So many things that are going to be announced at that event that you wouldn't want to miss, you would want to see for yourself. Now, we are just getting started. If you've not been excited in World Ventures, pay attention to what is about to come. But don't be the person that waits for that event. Don't be the person that waits to watch what happens after the event. Start right now. What you do today matters. Book that event, be there, get to see it for yourself. We have incredible trainers at that bootcamp. I am going to be attending that bootcamp. I cannot miss. I mean, it's online. It's just $50, $75 for VIP. You don't have to fly anywhere. You don't need a hotel. You don't need accommodation for anything. You are going to watch this from the comfort of your home. You cannot miss this training. If you are the kind of person that says, I will start on 1st August, I'll start on 1st July, I'll start on Monday, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like, I'll start on 1st, nothing. You start now. Now, it doesn't matter today is what? Today is the 16th. You start now. The date has got nothing to do with your activity, with your actions. You start now. Otherwise, you waiting to start on the 1st of August, you'll have lost how many days? You'll have lost quite a number of days. Why not start now? And the 1st of August, you probably accelerated. So bootcamp, make sure you plugged in. Make sure you get your ticket and be there. Attend that event. It's going to be game-changing.
Yes, it is. And, boot camp is actually one of my favorite events. And so I'm so excited. Guys, if you are not registered, the link is in the comments, wveventreg.com. And, one of the questions I want to ask you is, what has you building so intensely? I mean, you had multiple other businesses before World Ventures, and you're a family man, but what has you building so intensely?
Yeah, so you see, when I looked at the companies that I was building, one thing one thing came to my mind. I realized, if God forbid I passed, I remember Mark Aseta said something that hit me so hard. I realized, if God forbid I passed on, that would be the end of my companies, because my wife would never run the companies the way I was running them. I mean, it goes without saying, if you're a doctor or a lawyer, and God forbid you pass on, do your kids take over as doctor or lawyers? Of course not. They have to go through the same process to get to where you are. All right. Or if you have a job and every end of month you take a salary home, if God forbid you pass on, does that salary go back home? Of course not. That's where it ends. Now, I understood at that moment that every effort that I was putting into my company, if God forbid I passed on, that would be the end. And what was I leaving behind for my 3 kids? It hit me so hard, and I realized I needed that generational income. That income that is passed on to your children and your children's children, residual income. So that is when I realized, with what we have here, if you plug in, the only way to win is if you never quit. But if you quit, you lose out on a lot. Because when I got started, the few people that I started with, they eventually quit. When I log into my back office and see how many thousands of people they would be having on their one team, and all they have to do is build the other leg and cycle like crazy, I look at it and I'm like, look at this guy, like, how dare you? So I see how much they would be making right now, but they decided to quit. So looking at what I have built over the last 5 years, and you see, it is so, I might have made some good money right now, but I'm not anywhere close to what I'm about to start making. I'm not anywhere close to what I'm about to start making. So this is how I see World Ventures. You're looking at 100 cycles per week. That is my foundation right now. That is my foundation. Now it is game time. We have started right there. That is how I look at World Ventures. And understand I built this over time. And I looked at, thanks to Matt Morris. Matt has told everything he has told me. I have had to follow everything he shows me. God bless him, because clearly when I log into my back office, oh my goodness, I get to see where we are headed with this thing, and I get excited. See, every night if you sleep and your thoughts, I don't know if it happens to you, but it's been happening to me for the last 5 years. There's no time I'm sleeping in the night and I'm thinking about anything to do with World Ventures. I don't know if it happens to you, but every single night I get excited. I wake up and remember someone, somewhere. Just call them, hey, do you know anyone in this country? Please, can I have their contact? I am always thinking, building, thinking, building. We are just getting started. That's the foundation. And you're about to see records set on the African continent. In the next 4 weeks, you're about to hear something that will blow you guys away. You won't even believe it's about to happen.
Wow, that's absolutely phenomenal. And, our key statement here is pay attention, get excited, and never quit. And so, phenomenal story. We're so grateful to have you on. And, I just want to let you close it out with whatever is on your heart, whatever you want to add, go ahead and close out, with whatever's on your heart.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really honored, to be on this call and getting to share my story with your teams. And I can't wait to come over there so we can build in the US. If you people are playing in the US, we're about to come and change the game for you. See, if you're playing with with your team, if you're out there playing with this concept, we're about to come slowly, So the thing is, I just want everyone on this call to understand what we have our hands on. Clearly, this is a blessing from God. This is a blessing. This is a blank check. It's a blank check. You decide how much you want to make. You decide how much you want to make. So what do you want to write on that blank check? What do you want that check to look like? The decision is entirely yours. If you are on this call, the moment you jump off this call, do something that gets to add a digit on that check that you have your hands on right now. Everything you're going to do, it starts with building your list, making those calls, putting people on Zoom calls, doing 3-way calls like crazy without giving up. Because all you have to do is get this phone, dial like crazy, call every single person, even the people that you do not know. See, you never run out of contacts. You just run out of courage. There are so many people that you can get, even if they don't join. You can get their contacts, put them on the calls, get them started. So many people are looking for us. What are we doing to get this concept to them? When I look at how I got to see this, I needed it. So what if this guy had not contacted me? Now, if you are there not thinking there are people out there that got started just like you did, there are so many. Look at your team, log into your back office. Look at how many people you have in your back office. Now compare that with 8 billion people all over the world. Where is the biggest number? The people that are not yet in the system. So why not go get them? Go get those people. Go get those people. Let's go build a legacy. Let's go build a dynasty. So, am I still on the call though?
Yes, you are still on.
So, let's go build a dynasty. Let's go build a legacy. Let's go change lives world over. We are just getting started. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martyn. We are, we've been so blessed today. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. The recording of this call will be up in the next 24 to 48 hours. Go ahead, drop in the comments, what value you received from this call. Thank you again, Mr. Martyn. Have a great day. Have a great week. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
It's a cheers.